right, I am live now. Just gonna wait a while. Okay. All right. Guys, can you hear me? Just let me type yes in the chat. All right, just let me type yes in the chat if you guys can hear me. All right, and then yeah, I'll go. Hi, what's up? Right, I think I see a few people online. We're gonna start quickly as usual, right? 7:30, you want to be on time, right? It's gonna take maybe about half an hour, just 30 minutes or so, right? And I'm just gonna go through very quick some of the quick lessons, right? That I really want to share, right? Some of them I've learned personally for the past week as well. And then, right, I think I'll share a little bit about the stock market at the end as well, right? Just a little bit of the stock market, about my personal thoughts, and right, recent interview I did, which I think was amazing, which I learned so much myself. And right, I have a challenge for you guys. I have a challenge for you guys that you guys can use. That really can help you, right, for the rest of 2020 or even the rest of the life, right? So guys, if you're ready, just let me type yes. Let me like the page. Let me like the this video if that's possible. I think it can really help to get me. Hopefully some more people that kind of benefit, right? And I am sticking to the commitment that whatever I'm going to share, right, is going to be short, quick, direct, right, actionable tips that you guys can use immediately right away, right? And I hope that it's going to be like a review, right, a review of the week, right? Hopefully you guys have taken some time to review the week as well, right? But if not, I'm going to see, right, I'm going to see how I can also continually increase the quality, the value, right, of my weekly sharings as well. So we're going to just wait about 3 more minutes, right? And yeah, I hope you guys have been good, you guys have been great, right? And just gonna wait a while more. Hi Rodrigo, what's up? Hi May, all right, May is here as well, so that's great, right? So guys, we are here. Just let me type yes in the chat. You guys can hear me, right? You guys are ready, just let me type that and we will get started. Okay, yeah, so very quickly, right, I think just a quick warm-up before it happens, before I conduct the session proper, right, which is that the Donald Trump getting COVID, right? I think a few people asked me what have I done with Donald Trump getting COVID, and the quick answer is actually I've done nothing, right? I've done nothing because he got COVID, but I've been trimming some of my positions, right? It's a bit major, in fact, right? Some of my positions when it comes to the market, right? Because I do see some volatility coming on, right? I do see some volatility coming on, and it's something that I plan to stick right now, right? I think volatility is coming, and if the market drops, and then I'll buy much further. If it goes up, I'll still continue earning profits as well, right? But why I think? Because right now there's a lot of uncertainty going on, right? Volatility is likely to spike, right? And hey, with that, yes, it already spiked for me. So I think I have exited some positions, right? So I think later I can share a bit more. If you have any questions, feel free to ask over there as well. Okay, let me just see you quickly, right? Just 2 more minutes, right? Guys, if you can hear me, just have me type yes. Besides me and Rodrigo, I think there's a few more other people live as well. So just want to make sure everything's right on Facebook. All right. Do you guys see my water bottle? I think some of you have seen my water bottle. I realize it's a bit too big, right? I didn't think it would be so big, right? It's bigger than my face. It's 3 liters, and apparently, I think outside in the streets, right, which has never happened, right? I think I've been approached, or I've gotten comments on my water bottle like at least 10 times over the past 2 to 3 days, right? Because people really feel that it's a bit too big and crazy lah. It's a very 左等. But water is important. You can use it as a weight as well, right? And over there, right, you can see there's also some words to motivate you, hopefully, right, to drinking more water. But 3 liters is quite a lot, right? But you can use it. I think it's very convenient as well. You can bring it around, right? And what happens for me is I usually have a lack of water. I think people are constantly dehydrated, right? So yeah, I think people can do. That's a tank, not a bottle. Yeah, you have a 3 liter bottle too. Wonderful. Okay, all right, 7:30, right? So quick fire Mastery Monday, right? I'm excited to go. And the first story I just want to share was I learned it from I picked up from Melvin So, right? So he's my coach. I've learned a lot of things from him. I really want to share some of the things that he spoke about that can really help some of you, right? There's really some of you. And guys, if you are ready, can you just help me type the comment ready in the chat, right? Let me just type the word ready. Help me type yes, right? If you can, and I will get started very quickly. All right. Okay. So regarding two players is from Manchester United. Some of you might know who is this, right? And this man called Wayne Rooney, right? Anyone of you know who is Wayne Rooney, right? Just let me type in the comments, right? You know this guy called Wayne Rooney, right? And this other guy called Cristiano Ronaldo. Right, so I think close to 10 years back, right? Especially if you play FIFA, you play Winning 11, right? Rooney and Ronaldo combined, right, are some of the most best players to use, right? They're some of the best players around in FIFA, right? And they were at the prime stage during Alex Ferguson's time in Man U, right? Gotta admit, not a Man U fan, right? But I thought this story was a bit too good to not share with you guys, right? And so what happened is, right, Ronaldo, Wayne Rooney, they used to do well, right, 10 years ago, right? They're scoring goals, right, winning championships, right, and going crazy, right, and being at the height of their careers, all right? And so what happened, right? What happened is recently, right, go Man U players, right? Right. So one player, Cristiano Ronaldo, do you know what is he doing right now? Do you know what Cristiano Ronaldo is doing right now? Right, I think some of you know he recently moved, right? And ever since Man U, he has moved to two clubs, right? Two clubs. Real Madrid, right? Real Madrid is doing pretty well there. He was solid there, striker, right? Going all out. And then after that, he went to Juventus and recently won a championship with them. And he's still at the peak of his freaking career, right? I think recently there was a photo of him like jumping so freaking high, right? And right, so that's Cristiano Ronaldo for you. And if you know his work ethic, you know that he practices the most, right? He goes crazy as the most, right? During COVID, he was working out like crazy. He was making sure he was still at the top of his game, no matter what, right? And Juventus, he was handsomely rewarded, right, by going there. On the other hand, right, you have Mr. Wayne Rooney himself, right? Mr. Wayne Rooney himself. And let me just confirm very quickly, right? Rooney, what's he doing right now, right? And he's currently playing at Derby County Football Club. Right, he used to be one of the peak at his game, and right now, right, his age, he said right now he is 35. He's 35 only, all right, and he's playing at one of the not so good clubs called Mr. Derby County. And can you see the difference? They started at similar same age, right, but right now they are at a completely different stage of life, right? And tell me, it shows, right? It shows the consistency, it shows the habits, it shows the routines, right, of someone like Cristiano Ronaldo versus someone like Wayne Rooney, right? Both have talent, right? But I talk about right now who is at a stage of life where they're still driving, where they're still at the quality of life they want, right? It's definitely Mr. Rooney. You can judge for yourself. And I'm not saying that you can't be like Rooney, right? You can enjoy life and everything, but at least right now during this period, right? Right now during this period, it's going to be closing end of 2020. Most of you at the prime of your life, right? What kind of stance, what kind of habit, what kind of routine you're focused on? Do you want to be someone like Wayne Rooney, right, who has been falling? Remember I said, right, if you're 1% better every day for 1 year, you're 37 times better from where you started, right? If you're 1% lower, right, if you're 1% lower every day, right, for 1 year, you're like you're like 3% of where you first started. So what kind of habits do you want to do you want to be someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, or do you want to be someone like Wayne Rooney? So that's just a question I have for you. I think that was just a huge, a very powerful story I heard, right? I think Mel taught it, and I think that was crazy, right? And if you talk about recently, Mr. Harry Kane, right? If you play fantasy football, I play him as well, right? When he was coming back his first match, right, from the COVID, right, he was having a big ass tummy, right, as compared to someone else like, hey, Cristiano Ronaldo, right? Do you want to be like, what sort of habits do you want to adopt? Right, and it really goes to show in terms of not just fitness, right, but any other area of your life as well. Okay, so there's one story I think just take in your mind, right? Wayne Rooney versus Rooney, Ronaldo versus Rooney, who do you want? Number two, right? I just want to reiterate this one point. I think some of you might have heard me saying again, right? Which is something that went through my head a lot of time when I went for my that meditation session yesterday, right? Which is a lot of people, right? A lot of people, they always talk about having prime time, right? Going for the prime time, right? Priming yourself in the morning, right? But I think right now, even for me, right? Right now for me, I think the focus is really about how do I optimize and make maximum use of my downtime, right? Not enough people are using the downtime enough, right? If they really wanted to really use it for sustainable success, right? And so if you're like me, right? If you're like me, or you're like some of the people who are goal-getters, really want to achieve stuff, right? The problem is if you're going on prime, going all out, right? It's easy to get burnt out. It's easy to actually lose momentum. It's easy to lose focus because you get tired, you get burnt out, right? And you get fatigued. Right, a lot of people are getting fatigued right now. Right, yes, Facebook webinars programs are all part of it, right? Because you're putting too much in your head. Right, but for a lot of people, the reason why they're fatigued, right? The reason why they're fatigued is also because they are not resting enough, right? And resting from social media, resting from other stimulation, from games, from reading, right? So sometimes it's just really good to have some downtime for yourself. And how I do is really on night routines, right? Night routines, something I'm going to do, which is night routines. What I do is I always remind myself at the end of every night, what are my goals and what do I achieve, right? Because I think, right, whatever you read, whatever you expose yourself to at the last 45 minutes before you sleep, right, your brain will actually internalize it the most, right? So one thing I'm going to do is to actually make use of that fact and apply it to my life effectively, right? By every night, right, before I go to sleep, I'm going to remind myself of the goals I want to achieve. Right, whether is it meditating, remind yourself, or you just have a little screen, right, a little piece of paper, right, something like Resh did. Hey, he got a whole piece of paper, put his name, right, he did a declaration. So stuff like that to remind yourself, what are you doing all this for? And putting it at night because you can internalize it, right? Your brain can internalize it well while you sleep as well. I hope that's good, right? That's a very quick thing. And of course, stretching, drinking water, meditation, right? Scheduling your goals for the next day, right? So you can wake up excited, right? Ready to go, right? So these are the things you're going to do. And of course, no social media, no using phones. And even if you're using phones with the lights, try to do it, try to block as much bright light or to dim the light that you're doing as well. So these are very powerful tips, right? Really focus on your downtime. Right, focus. Most people in the world right now, right, especially the Type A people, they're all focused on their prime time, right? They're all focusing on going all out, right? But right, if as more people go there, as most of the competition know the importance of working hard, right? Most people still don't know the importance of resting hard as well. Right, so if you already want to stay in this game sustainably long run, right, always think about the night routines you can have for yourself. Okay, if that's all good, just help me type good in the chat. Help me type good in the chat if you got that message down, right? Because hey guys, night routine. I've been repeating this for the past 3 days, past 3 weeks, right? About the importance of discharge, the importance of having night routines for yourself, so that you can play the long game. You stop burning out, right? And also at the same time, so you can really be present and focus your energies when you're with your friends, with your family, right? I think that's so important as well. So rest and do your own way to recharge. I think that's so freaking important. Okay, right, next, before I go on to my quick challenge for you guys, right, and then some Q&A, whether is it on investments or is it on some of your on any questions you guys have. The next one I'm going to share, right, is about the clarity, right, clarity of your goals for the rest of 2020, right? We have 87 days left, right, guys? Let me type 87 if you understand the importance of what I'm talking about. 87, right? It's not 90 days anymore, right? People like to do chunks and challenges 90 days, but right now it's 87 days. And guys, this is the final sprint, this is the final lap, this is the final goal, right? And so what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do when you come to the final part of the year, right? Is yes, right? I think the last 30 days, December, probably people start honing it down, right? But really just tell yourself it's 87 more days, right? And really remind yourself to focus on the things that matter, right? It's time to start focusing. It's time to put in all your effort, right? As much as I say rest, right? But when you are on fire, when you're in prime time, right? To focus and go out. I just did a post, right? Go and check it out. It's very, very super actionable tips I can use, right? But my thing is stop trying to focus on 10 different things at once, right? Choose 1, 2, or 3 goals maximum and just go on and just go sprint right towards it, right? It's enough time to dabble, is enough time procrastinating, right? Last 90 days, right? Just go crap. And hey, right, whether 2021 becomes a better year in terms of opening up COVID and whatnot, right? At least you know you finished 2020 strong, right? So you can build the momentum for yourself in 2021. Right? If that sounds good to you, let me type yes in the comments, right? If you are someone who is dedicated, who is committed to making the last 87 days of 2020 the best one ever, right? We know some people have been struggling. We know some people have been not doing very well, right? But there's still a chance, there's still a probability of making the last 87 days, right, of your time in 2020, right, the best one ever, right? To focus, to go out and to achieve the kind of results and breakthroughs that you want. Okay. Right, Jet says yes. Rodrigo says yes. Wonderful, right? Damn, the year flew by. It's been a crazy year, right? I met you, Jet, just in March, and it felt so short ago. And people are already talking about COVID, right? But right now, it's really closing to the end of 2020. Right? If people are still praying that COVID is over, right, then they got to wake up. I hope it's time to wake up for some people. And your friends, guys, if your friends are around, right, and they're still thinking, they're still praying that post the pre-COVID world is over, please remind them, please do a public service with some of your friends, even your family, right, that, hey, guys, right, the post-COVID world will never be the same again, right? It's time to wake up, adapt, evolve, or die, right? Evolve or die, right? A lot of businesses, a lot of people are still refusing to acknowledge the fact, right? Acknowledge the fact that COVID-19 is ending. As in COVID-19 is still going to be around to stay, right? All these measures, the whole new digital world is around to stay. And so, guys, remind yourself, not just for yourself, but your friends as well, right? Your friends or people around you, care for them, right? To let them know that, right? Last 87 days time, right? You can still make it a wonderful, a powerful one, right? And just go on to focus your efforts on it. Okay, right? So help me like, guys, help me like this post, help me like this post, help me smash the like button, help me type yes if you guys are committed to doing so, right? I see a few of you, sorry, right? Hazik, right? I still remember Jan 1st, 2020, right? This year has been crazy, right? A lot of us stuck at home, right? But some of us are making it the best years of life. Just ask Jet, right? If you want a good example, right? But a lot of us, right? A lot of people out there are still struggling. So we need to spread more love, more positivity, right? More hope, right? For people who can only do it together. Okay, next one. Right, so the next one, right, which is why I have a very interesting challenge for many of you, right, and a very interesting challenge for many of you, and just hope, hey, right, if you can, take it, right, take it for yourself, take this challenge, right, and I think it could become very interesting results for you that you can use for yourself. Okay, right. So the first thing about clarity, right, the first thing about knowing your goals and priorities is like, what exactly do I want to focus on, right? And this is actually one of the key, right, to not just clarity and focus, right? It's just the key to being at peace with yourself, right? I think especially in Asia, right? I think recently I did a poll and asked, like, who is always guilty, right? Who is always guilty when you're taking a break, when you're taking a rest, right? Or when you're doing something, you always feel that you should be doing something else. Who is always guilty, right? Or people are always second guessing themselves whether they are doing the right thing or not, right? It always happens, right? It's always in our mind. So one thing I felt that could be a really interesting exercise, right, is this quick exercise on self-awareness, right? To actually know what are your strengths, what are your weaknesses, how do you come across to people, what do people think are your biggest strengths, right? What do people think that you are best suited for, right? And what you're going to do is really to be self-aware. Because I think you talked about Gary Vee, right? He said the first step you're starting out, you really want to achieve the kind of life you want, right? It's not to take a lot of action, right? It's actually this one big word called self-awareness. Okay, so this challenge is about self-awareness, right? If you're taking it, just let me know if you are, right? If you complete the challenge, there's something exciting just for you, right? But in this challenge of self-awareness, right, what I'm going to do is something that I did, I think, close to 5 years ago, and it still helped me and impacted me a lot, right? You can use for yourself, is to basically not just for yourself, but to ask people around you, right? Ask people around you, right? What do they think are your biggest weaknesses, right? Areas of improvement, or your biggest strengths, right? And your biggest strengths, right? And where do they see you in the next 3 to 5 to 10 years time, right? That can make them feel that, hey, right, you have actually achieved the kind of life that you want. Okay. So this exercise, right, like I said, it takes 15 minutes because honestly, right, you do not need to overthink this challenge, right? There's no need to overthink this challenge when you want to do it, right? Which is basically ask your closest friends, ask your 5 to 10 closest friends, ask your family, right? Ask your classmates, ask the people who have been following you, ask the people you've been interacting with, and just do this very simple text. You can create a Google form as well. That's what I did, right? We can do this very simple text and say, hey, hi, so and so. All right, I know you're there, you're probably busy right now, but I hope to ask for a simple favor from you, right? I hope to ask a simple favor from you, which is that because I'm actually trying to do some self-reflection of my life right now, could you share with me in your honest opinion, your own honest opinion? Because the thing is, most people are usually not honest, right? They don't like to hurt your feelings. What do you think are my 3 biggest strengths? And what do you think are my 3 biggest weaknesses, right? Or areas of improvement, right? Some people don't like to use weaknesses, right? And with that, right, and the more honest your answer is, right, the better, the more I'll be able to benefit, the more value I'll receive, the better I can grow, right? And lastly, if you feel like it, maybe share what you feel that could be what you feel that I could be doing the next 5 to 10 years that make the most sense for me personally at this point of time. Okay, right? So, but the important thing is, what are your top 3 biggest weaknesses? What are your top 3 biggest strengths? Right? And then to just get a good gauge of what other people are saying you, because trust me, they are going to say things that you will not expect, right? they are going to say things that you might not even notice about yourself, right? So one of the things is ask as many people as you can, but really just ask maybe your 5 closest friends, your 5 closest family members, right? And then get started on the exercise. So what you're going to do, right? Next 2 to 3 days, right? Just ask people, ask friends around, right? The more you get, the better actually, right? Especially the people that know you, follow you, right? The more people you get, better, but don't over complicate. Don't try to get 100, 200 people. 5, 10 people is fine. And then maybe on Friday, on Saturdays, spend some time, right? Half an hour, 1 hour to read through all these responses, right? And to reflect on the kind of life that you really want to achieve, right? But that seed, right? The seed of some of your friends, your family members, your loved ones say, right? Can really help you to open your eyes, right? Open your eyes and really to maybe move to a much greater clarity than you never had before. Okay, so guys, if you're going to take this challenge, just let me type yes in the challenge, and if you've gotten the results, right, tag me, let me know, DM me. I have a very special surprise for you. And guys, right, this challenge, I'm not selling anything, right? This is just really for you personally, right? You personally, so you can grow, right? And really make the rest of 2020 and even beyond, right? A very powerful and great one. A lot of people haven't done this exercise before, and the results some of you might get will be really amazing, right? And guys, remind them that please be as honest as possible, right? Please be as open as possible, because the focus is not to just protect my feelings. The focus is because I want to improve as a person, right? And I know that this challenge will be very, very useful, very, very important for me. Okay, right? So guys, we are doing it. Just let me type yes in the comments, right? There's a huge challenge for you, right? And I just want to focus on the people, right? Focus on people that really want to take this challenge, right? And let me know, and I'm going to have something very special for you. Is that good? Okay, so right now it's about 7:46, so we have about 15 more minutes, so that's great, right? And yeah, so I think I ended a bit faster than I got. So if you have any quick questions you have, right, just let me type in the comments, right? But with that, right, I think I kind of, it's pretty early, right? Pretty early I ended my sharing, right? Must-Be Mondays, right? Really, I thought about the kind of person you want to be. Do you want to be someone like Cristiano Ronaldo, or do you want someone like Rooney? All right. I also talk about night routines. I also people talk about the importance of prime time. But hey, guys, start focusing, right? Start focusing, and I hope that me sharing this is like a seed, right? It's a seed for you to actually start focusing on your downtime as well, focusing on night routines as well. I think that's very important. And then lastly, right? End of 2020, right? Start focusing. It's not time to dabble. It's time to start going all out and all in, right? And last one, your self-awareness challenge, right? Really asking the people around you, what are your biggest strengths and weaknesses? And it's a very, very, very exciting challenge, right? If you actually get down to doing it, right? May ask, I like your cap M for Marc, yeah, right? So May ask, what do you do with your results of the survey? So it was a lot of reflection, right? When I got it, I think it was about 5 years ago, right? And I did it before I flew off for exchange. Right, I sent a lot of emails, I sent a lot of messages, right, and I did a Google form, right? I think about 40 responses, right, and it made me realize what are the things that were that were even more clear to me in terms of my strengths for one, but I focus a lot on weaknesses, right? You know me, I'm what I call it high achiever and whatnot, right? I always want to look at what I can improve on, and they say a lot of things like I think my dress sense that time was atrocious, right? And so I have a few things, right? I have a few things I could focus on, right? I could either embrace it, right? Embrace it because everybody was talking about it, to just embrace it. Hey, that will never be a part of me. Or secondly, to actually work on meeting it to a certain baseline level, right? To a certain baseline level. So yes, I dress like crap, for example, but at least how can I do it to make sure that I get it to a level where it's kind of acceptable? The next one is, right, the more validation I had of what people felt about my strengths, and it's something that I enjoyed deep inside me, right? I started focusing on, I started holding a lot more, right? So I think one of the biggest strengths, I think the feedback I had was I could help people personally a lot, right? In terms of my speaking, right? Helping people one-on-one, etc. Right, that's what I do. But I only wear one shirt now. But at least I wear a cap. Last time my hair messy like shit, man. Right. Right. So that's what. Hi Edwin, what's up? I'm someone like you. Right, I'm good. How are you, bro? What's been well, yeah. All right. So what I've been done. Right. So that like the thing is, what I would do is really sit down, right, group all the weaknesses, try to group them into certain category, try to group all the strengths into one category as well, and then use this information, right, to really plan for the rest of 2020 and before and after, right? So I think that's something that you can really use for yourself. Okay, all right, so let me know if any other quick questions, that I can help you guys with. Yeah, so guys, if you like the sharing so far, just let me type, let me just like the post, let me just comment yes, right? if you like it, if any more quick questions, right, or a bit more of what you like to see or anything, right, just let me know. Okay, very quick one, right, since I still have a bit more time, about 10 minutes, right, for those who are here, right, next Monday, I am considering conducting yes, the usual Mastery Monday, but probably a more intense full session, right, on how to actually sprint for the rest of 2020, how to make sure the 2020 is the best one ever. Want to go more detailed tips, detailed strategies, right, they can use for yourself, right? There's a little bit more, it's not just for money, not just your career, right, but for every other area of your life as well. There's some big findings I've been getting, right? I've been reading a couple of books, a bit of resources, a bit of coaching, right? And I feel that I want to combine all of them to very quick, simple 1 hour sharing or so, right, to really just help you guys out as well. Yep. Okay. Okay, just gonna do. Okay, right. I think I still see quite a bit of people. So if any questions, that's good. Okay, so let's move on to my investing style, right? I don't really advertise it, but I usually share some of my investment perspective, right? Usually at the end of Mastery Mondays, right? Just for the fun of it, right? I recently interviewed this guy called Ray Ming. I think some of you might have heard of him before, right? And he's the founder of Growth Profits, right? And his strategy has been going pretty crazy. I think right now his portfolio is about up 140% year to date, if I'm not wrong, right? And he combines the best of growth stock investing, right, and options investing, right? And he just simply buys calls on companies that is very that he loves, right? And it started, right? I think right now the thesis, right? Right now, thesis, yes, the market is a bit overheated and everything, but the thesis, I pretty liked it, right? For me personally, right? Which is, yes, he still buys stocks, right? But he's buying like long call options aggressively on high growth companies, right? And these are companies that haven't got profits yet, and he's pretty aggressive on it, right? So whether there's Fastly, Amazon, right, Shopify, Facebook, it's very focused on companies that have very high growth, and especially a sector that's a pretty high growth as well, right? However, right, look at the TA technical analysis wise, right, there is a good probability that market is going to go take a dip before it goes back up again, probably in January or so, right? But we've now right now the period, right? If Trump comes aboard, right, my thing is the market might go up actually, right? But if Biden wins, right, it's probably going to go down, right? That's just my personal take, right? Because you know that Trump has always traditionally been very pro business, pro stocks, right? So if it actually goes to Biden, right, my take is the market might go down, right? But either way, honestly, I don't care, right? I don't care because the market is bound to go up anyway. And a lot of the companies that I invest in right now, right, I know whether is it Donald Trump, whether is it Joe Biden, right, whether whatever happens to them, right, whether both are getting COVID or not, right? Hopefully it doesn't, right? Hopefully it doesn't, of course. But the market, the stock, the business doesn't matter. And the reason why a lot of people are panicking during COVID, during Donald Trump got COVID, right? I think people started selling their positions, right? People are panicking during September most of the time because the market was dropping. People started blaming again. People started blaming other people again. A lot of gamblers, a lot of entitled people out there. She's pretty sad, right? Yeah, but the thing is, if you actually structure a portfolio right, for me, it's a bit more 50% into positions, equity options, right? Maybe about 30% cash, 20% cash. Yeah, fine, right? Because the market goes down, right? You can still profit, right? The problem is when the market goes down and you do not portfolio size, you do not have conviction of the companies, that's when you start going down, right? And speaking of building conviction, right, Raymond gave a few quick tips, which I also use as well, right, about following particular YouTube video channels, right? I don't know if you know, right now there's a sprout of a lot of YouTube channels, right, that come up which really give a lot of value. It's not just previews, right? It's very detailed analysis, very detailed stock case studies, right? Very detailed principles, very detailed frameworks that you can really use for yourself, right? So I follow this one called Chicken Genius. I think a lot of you know, right? This other guy called Dave Lee is pretty good as well, Davelee, right? And this Wednesday, I'll be interviewing this guy called Jonathan Ang, right? He's one of the co-founder of the Growth Investing Mastery. This Wednesday, right, I'll be going quick to the point, right? Asking him his mindset, his strategy, how to build conviction, right, as a high growth investor. So this Wednesday evening, right? But he also has a wonderful YouTube channel, talks a lot about CrowdStrike as well, that you can check out. Okay, so very quickly, right, if, like I say again, right, if you're in chats, you're in groups, you have friends, if you know people are not investing, but they are more of gambling, they're more speculating, please do some sort of public service announcement. Please drop them a PM. Please remind them like, hey guys, right, the market will be volatile. I'm pretty sure the market will be volatile no matter what, right? Not volatile now, will be volatile next year. Not volatile next year, 2 years later, right? And if the thing is, if they're trying to gamble, they're trying to speculate, they're trying to just find that one stock to invest in without building conviction, right? Or having that intention to sell it over, even if there's a short drop, right? Please tell your friends, tell the people around you, right? Please get yourself educated, right? Because there are ways, there are strategies to make sure that you invest profitably, right? Of course, in the long run, right, while sleeping extremely soundly at night, right? Just do a public service announcement, right? Just share, just be good, and everybody benefits, everybody wins as well, right? Okay, 55, right? And one, if you have any questions, put in comments, right? I hope. Let me just check very quickly if you guys have any comments here. Right? Do you think it's better to enter long position after the elections? Nope. Right? If I think the market is down, if the market goes down a bit, right, or MA or what, in terms of the technical, right, I will actually start entering long positions, right? If you're a bit passive, right? Everyone goes, I don't really know your strategy. Do you use options or stocks right now, right? I don't mind entering stocks, but stocks with unlimited holding power, especially the companies that I have very high conviction about. If you need some guidance or some resources, bro, just drop me a PM, right? I can send you some as well. But my take is I will enter long positions even before elections, right? Especially the market goes down, right? All, right? Because the thing is, if it goes up even higher, right, I lose, right? But if it goes down, right, let's say I buy a stock, right, and the elections it went down, right, I know I can buy more, which I'm happy about, right? And because I also know long term, you'll still go up. Haziq, do you read the entire annual report? What's your step by step? No, I don't read the annual report. Usually I read the earning transcripts, right? I do a bit of speed reading. I use Motley Fool or Seeking Alpha to read the earning transcripts. Annual report, I'll try to just browse through, but I'll read the director's note. I think the introduction, there's the director's introduction or stuff like that, right? And the rest I might just scroll a bit, right? And after that, right, one quick website I can use is called hypercharts.com, right? Hypercharts.com. And then I will start watching proper good ones, right? I'll try to make sure there's a good one, credible ones, YouTube videos on analysis of them, right? So step by step, I have a few others. Haziq, drop me a DM if you need other tips. But one thing I also use is Salary Door. Salary Door is what's really go deep ground to find out what the employees are thinking about, right? How the interview process is like, stuff like that. So Salary Door, and if they're on hiring search, I know that they're doing pretty well, right? If most of you, if you actually attended my management insight sharing a couple of months back, right? I already tell you Facebook, Google, right? What's the other one? Zoom, right? All these are having hiring search during a period of time when markets were going down, right? So it was very obvious that they had a lot of business to do, right? So it's a mix of things, but these are the few things that I look at, right? Of course, finances, I look at Morningstar, or Hypercharts is pretty good as well, right? President, no lah, no president, no politician, no. What you mentioned? No, I just thought Ronaldo and Rooney was a very good challenge as well. Casper says yes, that's great. All right, so that's good. Okay, last one, right? I mean, last quick tip, right? Last quick tip is to this one word, right? Haziq, I hope I answered your question, right? Edwin, drop me a DM if you need any help, yeah, right? But one last word, right? One last tip, right? As we move on, is this one word called anticipation, right? Anticipation, preempting, right? When you make a decision, right? When you go for a goal, when you try to assign, have a fitness goal, when you try to do investing, right? Always anticipate not just what is the upside. That's what most people do. Most people paint the picture. Most people paint a pretty picture. Most people just focus on the wonderful results, the wonderful objectives, stuff like that. But nobody or less people really focus on the potential downside. So always focus on the risk reward, right? When it comes to making your decisions, right? Focus on what's the potential downside. And that's about investing as well, right? Hey, right, if I invest in Facebook and it drops 50%, what am I going to do, right? Can I survive, right? To me, right, if Facebook, for example, right, if Facebook drops 50% and nothing happens to the fundamental of the company, right, hey, I'm fine. So always just have those mini chats in your own mind, right? So you know, for example, right now my portfolio, right, if it drops 20%, 25%, can I handle, right? What will I do if I do that, right? So always anticipate not just the upside, but always the potential downside as well, right? So that's just a very quick tip I have for you guys, right? And the other thing, for example, if I want to go to the gym, right, I want to go to fitness, that's something I'm also working on right now, right? If I, for some reason in the morning, I cannot wake up, right? I cannot go to the gym, right? Anticipate such scenarios and say, okay, if I can't do it, I'm going to do it at night. So all this stuff, when it comes together, it can really, really help push some of your goals together. Okay, all right. So I hope, guys, I hope this today I hope you guys benefit some with my sharing today, right? And next Monday, right? Next Monday, I'm gonna just share with you the link of the post, right? If you want quick 1 hour, right? 1 hour sharing about, oh, I think I shared the wrong post. Alamak. Right. If you want some quick tips, right, on how you can make sure that you thrive, in for the rest of 2020, right, can excel, right, can accelerate your progress, right, and use it as a jump start, right, for to really just excel in 2021, right, because it is coming, right. Just type yes in the chat. Just want to get a good interest if there's people and do it, right. So guys, if you like this video, highlight this video, that will really help. And with that, I think I end my sharing just 8 p.m. right? And I'll see you guys very soon, right? Bye, guys.